How's it, Glenn? How are you?
Good. How you doing, Ron?
Oh,
All
wow,
right, not
Glenn
bad.
Weber. Oh,
Man.
my God.
Not bad.
He was one of the heavy hitters when I was studying with him.
Oh, sure.
As you were too, Ron.
Yeah, but Glenn predates me. I know that
Oh
name.
man, do I ever predate you? 20 years.
Well,
Yeah.
you're looking good, man. You're holding it together well. That looks great.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Believe me.
Yep. Good.
I was just looking over. I'm closing up my drum shop, and I'm going to just be doing teaching. But in closing up everything, I'm throwing. You can imagine how much stuff I'm throwing out and shredding. I'm shredding bank records from 1993. So I've got to be out of my mind. At
Wow.
any rate, I'm also coming across a lot of stuff with Sam,
Right.
and I got
Yeah.
some stuff I'll share with you in terms of you know
Right, then let me hang
g-
then.
stuff he sent to me and different things. But bring back a lot of good memories.
Oh, that must be so hard to let go of all that stuff,
Alright,
you
then.
know?
Let
And
me hang
did
up.
you take a lot of
Well,
pictures of
that
everything?
stuff,
Or?
yeah, that stuff I have. I'm not letting it go. That's going to probably be put up in my new studio and everything. But
New
Yeah.
Jersey, I think.
pictures way back of when we used to do all those
Oh,
things,
right.
all those things that Sam used to run. I remember we were at someplace with Ed Shaughnessy was there, and we did one with Jack DeJohnette and everything.
Yeah.
It'd be me and Bill Rotella, Russ Moy, Johnny Sirocco.
Right.
So
A
yeah,
lot of great drum shows. Yep.
yeah, and good memories, good memories.
I wanted
Absolutely.
to ask, Glenn, do you think that you're going to be able to do next week?
Um,
It
next
doesn't
week,
have to be this time.
so this is I don't know. I have a student at 6 on Wednesday, but I had a couple of rescheduled for my earlier students. I could do something earlier, maybe like 4:30 or something, 4:30
Okay.
to 5:30. Would that work?
Yeah?
Yeah? Okay. All right. So I could try to shoot for that for next week. And so should I send out the invite?
I'll
Or
take care of everything. Just send me what music you want to look at,
okay.
and I'll take care of everything.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
All right. I will do that. So let me put it in right now.
I see your dad over here, Dennis.
Yeah, I got
Hey,
him
we
in
got
the room.
Senior!
All right.
We figured it out. No, we got
Great.
it. So,
I've been bugging Junior to get you in here. I'm so happy to see
I
you.
know.
Yes.
I told him. So
The
we
old
worked
gang
on
is-
it, and we got him on the
Great to see you,
material.
Dennis.
He's ready to play.
Yeah.
Hey,
Excellent.
Bob.
Hi, Diana.
how you doing?
Can everyone hear that? Okay, good. Now I'll play along. Hold on. So I got to set this down. I'll miss the first bar. I'll count you in the second bar here. 2, 3, 4, 2. That was too far. That was already into the tune. Here we go. Repeat. Twenty-one. How'd we make out? Turn your
I
sound
like it.
down. Did that work?
Yeah, it works.
John, yes, very good. Very
I
good.
got through it, but it was a
You
little
hear
tight.
me?
It was a little
It's
tight.
balanced. Great. Okay.
Yep.
So here is a sticking I want to give you because you should look at this if you haven't already checked it out already. So on the third line, measure 67. I like to play those 2/16ths followed by the 16th note triplet as right, left, right, right, left. That's on the second beat of bar 67. So you got 1 and 2, or 1 and a 2 E and triplet 3 E and triplet 4 E and triplet 1. So it's a little easier for a right-hander to always be landing on your right hand by playing a double right on the
I understand
16th.
everything that's going on. This is smart stuff. I understand it.
All right, everybody cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bar, I'll play, okay, and then the next measure is if any of you use the Wilcoxon book much, all his stuff, he loves to do those kinds of figures, you know? So it's like an open drag, but again, you're swinging. It's like playing the swinging the 26 or the Charlie Wilcoxon swing rudiments. So ba 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 ba. That's how I would play that. I wouldn't play it really tight because then it sounds very mechanical. So
Are
it's like
all of those triplets that you're playing at 67, you're sticking right, right, left, or just that first one?
Well, what I just demonstrated was bar 68, but bar 67, beat 2, beat 3, and beat 4, I played them all the same. I played them right, left, right, right, left.
Okay.
So 2 E and triplet, 3 E and triplet, 4 E and triplet, 1. Because at the tempo that you're at, if you try to go hand to hand, you know, I mean, that's what worked for me. Also, notice where the accent is. So the accent will be on your left hand, 2 E and triplet, 3 E and triplet, 4 E and triplet, 1. It's sort of fun, and then you swing it a little bit. So those first 2/16ths, I was thinking of what to play. I didn't have all my Sam stuff is studio, and so when Caryn mentioned this, I said, "Well, I've got something, and it does remind me of my lessons with Sam and the fact that all these charts, except for this one, this was a little more contemporary. I again did it in the 80s, but." The first ones I did it that are in this book called The Melodic Snare Drummer.
I'm familiar with it.
I wrote
This
it,
book?
I started writing it oh, there it is. There's a copy.
This is the one.
I started writing those in 1976. And because they're just play-alongs to a song, I was writing them for myself just for practice purposes. But people kept asking me, you know, do you have those, or, you know, why don't you put that into a book? And I thought, well, you know, copyright issues and everything. But the publisher that put this out said, well, if you do it as a play along and you don't include the record and it's a free stand-along solo, then you can do that, and you just announce that you're, you know, it's playing along. So that's sort of how I did that. But when you think about the way Sam would teach, and, you know, in addition to counting everything, he'd also be singing while he was playing. And
Right.
it took it from making the notes just the notes. And once I got used to the counting and the notes, I sometimes felt when I was younger that it would sound mechanical. And then when you start to sing the part as you're playing it, I think it makes you connect to the music more. And that's sort of what inspired this, because I would be sitting at home practicing, and if I wasn't practicing, I was listening to music, and, well, I started listening to this George Benson album, and I heard the rhythm, and I thought, well, let me try this out. And I started playing along with that on my drum pad. So it all sort of, to me, you know, it sort of tied in and carried over to become part of your repertoire. I wasn't crazy about that format for this book because it's a multi-page thing.
Right.
And you have to, you're going to lose notes when you're doing a page turn. As it is, it happens, it'll happen here.
Right,
you know?
right.
I've got the book. You guys have 3 separate sheets. You can spread it out. But we talked about this, and it's not worth it to print a book that has fold-outs. I'm sure Sam has done it in one of his iterations. I'm sure he's written them in a circle. He's written them upside down.
Yeah.
I'm sure he had fold-outs. But
They had foldies, remember?
foldie, that was the
I have
small
a ton of foldies.
Exactly.
I have a bunch of them. I got a lot of those.
In a few weeks, Dennis is going to do an all foldies presentation.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I got to work on that. Yeah, I have enough of them. I could probably get by with an hour of foldies.
Oh, that would be great. Well, I know.
An hour? You mean 5 hours?
Close, and make sure this is on.
Also, anybody who hasn't gotten a chance to check this out yet in their sight reading, that first accented and the pickup is like a high note, and then the second one is a low, so you can listen out for that too.
Oh, that's true. You're not getting it's hard to hear because I remember. Yes, those eighth notes at the top, I think, are actually in the bass line, right, Caryn? Ba 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 ba. So you may not even hear it at home. I'll just sort of count you through it. Here it is. Not there yet. Not there yet. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now. Letter B.
And but it's just enough that it only comes up every now and then, that difficult of a dotted rhythm that Sam's books are more difficult. So
Sam's Elementary is like, Hal Leonard's and Alfred's and Essential Elements and all those other ones. It's accent on achievements like, middle advanced,
Yeah.
His beginner stuff is like.
accent off achievement, it's like beginner stuff next to his stuff, right?
Yep.
So yeah. And so anyway, they go through the first 5 books pretty quickly in a month. And then I give them accent on, I don't give them accent on achievement, I give them that snare drums,
Well,
2 volumes of it.
Give them this and see what they do with it. That'd be interesting to hear how that works out.
It would be nice, right? Because I'll tell you why, this is something that I could actually send them that's straight up, because the stuff I sent them, I took a picture of some book, and this is something I wrote just for Climb Every Mountain, the same kind of idea that I just went along with it singing, and then I wrote in the drum part for them because
nice.
I knew I couldn't afford to, buy the rights to whatever. And so, yeah, it's amazing what they can learn. And if they have a song, they do it even better because they can, they feel it.
Maybe the Sir Duke one would be even easier because they'll probably know the tune and it would play right along with it. They'd have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it's a little slower.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
Hey,
stuff
Dennis
is also.
Senior. Dennis Senior, how you doing? Is your mic on?
I don't know. Is he?
Well, he's there. I just curious if he's.
I don't see you, Senior. Dennis.
Oh, I see him.
Dennis.
There he is. All right.
There he is.
Hold on. Just gonna turn the mic on.
We got a 6-minute warning.
Okay. All right. Well,
Dennis, how's your wife?
This was.
Senior. How's
Hey, Dad, everyone was just saying hi to you. Are you there?
Hi,
Turn your
everybody.
mic
I
on.
had a great time. It was
Great.
wonderful. And
We
I
missed coming over and eating all your cold cuts.
I missed that a lot. But I too was looking at that one measure 32. And I like the way it sounds. Really, really nice. I enjoyed this tonight.
Good. Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
Really, thank you very much. I hope we could do this more often with teams.
And
Yeah. We're trying to do it weekly. So Karen's been
I would like
setting
that
the
a
room
lot.
up and trying to get people to join, and different people are taking lead.
You gotta
Come join
get
us.
you gotta get more hip to this Zoom thing. In a few more
I know.
weeks,
This is my first time. I
in
had
a few more
problems.
weeks you're leading.
I'll be better next time. Yeah.
You gotta catch up now.
I tried getting him last week. It didn't work out, so we had this whole week to train him to get on here for this class, and he made it. So one thing at a time. And I don't think he's too
We
far
didn't
off.
do too badly. We didn't do too badly. We did well. We did well.
This was
Ron,
good.
thank you. Ron, you were really great. You're a great drummer, Ron. Really
Thank
great
you.
drummer.
He's a great drummer.
Thank you.
Yay.
Great drummer. Real
This
great
stuff,
drummer.
it helps me go through like the forms of the songs because I have trouble with that. So that was one thing I wanted to say about working out of this book, especially with the melodies of the songs, just knowing where I am in the sections of the songs and moving into the next, to the next sections, just being aware of the form. It's also helped me,
Terrific.
Diana.
Great.
know.
Great. Well, thank you. Thanks everyone for doing this.
Okay, have a good
Thanks
night,
for
everyone.
hosting, Caryn. I'm looking forward to Glenn next week. That'll be fun.
Glenn's gonna be great.
Yeah, we'll have a good
4:30.
time.
Yeah, right.
4:30.
Don't touch anything and don't breathe.
Okay.
Was it next week?
Huh?
Glenn.
What time did you say?
Next week.
4:30. He needs it.
4:30. Okay, a little earlier. Great, no problem.
Okay.
All right, everyone.
Right.
Ron, thanks.
Thank you. It
Have a
was
good week.
fun.
Bye-bye.
Take care, guys.
Love
Good to
y'all.
see you.
Love you. Bye.
Good night. Take care.
Bye.